Stop scrolling. What I'm about to share, it's not just another health tip. This is a warning, a truth hidden in plain sight that could drastically alter the course of your life or the life of someone you cherish, especially if they're over 60. There's a common, almost universal morning mistake that new research echoed by ancient wisdom reveals can triple your risk of a stroke. And most of us do it every single day without a second thought. Stay with me until the very end of this, because the final insight, it's the key, the one piece that ties it all together. And honestly, it's the most powerful thing you'll hear today. This is too important to miss. Hidden threat. It's almost poetic, isn't it? The dawn, a symbol of new beginnings, fresh chances, the quiet promise of an unfolding day. We wake, stretch, maybe yawn, and step into the stream of our lives. But what if that very first step, that transition from the quiet stillness of sleep into the momentum of our waking hours, held a hidden tripwire? A danger so profound, yet so deeply ingrained in our modern habits that we've become utterly blind to its presence. We're talking about strokes. The word itself carries a chilling weight, doesn't it? The suddenness, the potential devastation, the fear of losing control, of becoming a burden, of vibrant life dimming in an instant. It's a specter that haunts the later years for many, a dark cloud on the horizon of aging. And we're told it's about diet, exercise, genetics, and those things matter. They absolutely do. But there's a crucial piece of this puzzle, a fundamental misunderstanding of our body's morning rhythm that's being catastrophically overlooked. This isn't about some rare exotic disease. It's about an everyday action, a seemingly innocuous habit that, especially after the age of 60, acts like a silent countdown. Think about your mornings. Think about the mornings of your parents, your grandparents. What if the very way we greet the day is, for many, an unknowing invitation to disaster? The truth is, our bodies, particularly as they mature, are not designed for the abrupt, jarring awakenings that modern life so often demands. There's a wisdom, an ancient understanding of flow and transition that we've tragically forgotten, and the consequences are stark, etched in the statistics and in the quiet suffering of those affected. This isn't to create fear, but to awaken a sense of profound urgency and care for ourselves and for those we love. The vulnerability is real, but so is the power to change once we see the unseen. Morning rhythms. Our mornings are sacred, or at least they should be. They are the gateway to our day, the foundation upon which the next 16 or so hours are built. How we begin often dictates not just our mood, but our energy levels, our clarity of thought, even our physical resilience. Think about it. A rushed, chaotic morning often spills into a frantic, unproductive day. A calm, intentional morning can set a tone of peace and focus that carries you through challenges. This isn't just philosophy, it's physiology. Our bodies operate on intricate internal clocks, circadian rhythms that govern everything from hormone release to body temperature to blood pressure. And the morning is a particularly delicate time of transition. We are emerging from a state of deep rest. Our systems are slowly coming online. Blood pressure, for instance, naturally has a morning surge as the body prepares for activity. This is normal. But what we do during this period of natural recalibration can either support this process or violently disrupt it. Common morning habits: the blaring alarm clock, the immediate leap out of bed, the instant dive into a phone screen filled with stressful news or urgent emails, the gulping down of stimulants before the body is even truly awake. These are all, in their own way, assaults on our natural morning rhythm. The wisdom keepers of old, like the Shaolin masters, understood this implicitly. Their practices, their entire way of life, emphasized harmony with nature, with the body's innate intelligence. A Shaolin monk wouldn't dream of shocking their system into wakefulness. They understood the sanctity of that transition, the need for gentle awakening, for mindful preparation before engaging with the demands of the world. They knew that the body isn't a machine to be instantly switched on. It's a complex, sensitive organism that thrives on respect and attunement. We've traded this deep understanding for speed, for a relentless pursuit of productivity that often starts the moment our eyes open. And in doing so, we're not just stressing our minds, we're putting an incredible, often dangerous strain on our physical hearts and vessels. The power of the morning ritual, when aligned with our body's truth, is immense. It's not about adding more to your to-do list. It's about cultivating a space of gentle re-entry, a buffer against the chaos, and a profound act of self-preservation. Fatal flaw. So, what is this critical morning mistake, this almost universal habit that silently triples the stroke risk for those over 60? A risk that echoes the forgotten warnings of ancient traditions, the kind of wisdom a master like Shi Heng Yi might impart through disciplined practice rather than loud pronouncements. It's the abrupt awakening. It's the violent, sudden transition from sleep to full throttle activity, both mentally and physically, without allowing the body a crucial period of gentle acclimatization. Think about it. The alarm shrieks, you jolt awake, heart already pounding from the adrenaline spike. Perhaps you immediately swing your legs over the side of the bed and stand up quickly, rushing to the bathroom. Or maybe before your feet even touch the floor, your hand snakes out, grabs your phone, and your mind is instantly flooded with the day's demands, the news, the social media feeds, the emails that scream for attention. This immediate, jarring activation, whether it's a rapid physical movement or an instant cognitive overload, is the culprit. Here's why it's so dangerous, especially as we age. When you sleep, your heart rate slows, your blood pressure is at its lowest. Upon waking, your body naturally begins to increase both. However, if you force this process by jumping into action, by stressing your system instantaneously, you can cause a dramatic unhealthy surge in blood pressure and heart rate. Your blood vessels, which may have lost some of their youthful elasticity over the years, are suddenly asked to handle a tidal wave of pressure they are not prepared for. This immense strain can, in vulnerable individuals, dislodge plaque in the arteries, leading to a blockage, or even cause a weakened vessel to rupture. This isn't speculation, it's physiology. The body simply isn't designed to go from 0 to 60 like that. It's like revving a cold car engine to its maximum RPMs the second you turn the key. You know, intuitively, that's going to cause damage over time. And how many of us live this way every single morning? We're conditioned by a culture that prizes speed, immediacy, constant engagement. The hustle mentality has seeped into the most sacred and vulnerable part of our day. This isn't about laziness, it's about biological respect. It's about understanding that the first few minutes of wakefulness are a delicate dance, not a sprint. This single overlooked habit, repeated day after day, year after year, is a ticking clock, a hidden erosion of our cardiovascular health, setting the stage for a potentially life-altering or life-ending event. It's a profound misunderstanding of our own human operating system, a tragic consequence of living disconnected from our body's innate wisdom. Ancient path. The antidote to this modern malady, this rushed awakening that puts us at such grave risk, lies not in some new complex technology or pharmaceutical intervention, but in the timeless wisdom of ancient practices. The kind of profound understanding embodied by figures like Shi Heng Yi and the Shaolin tradition. Their approach to life, and particularly to the beginning of the day, was rooted in mindfulness, respect for the body's natural rhythms, and a deep understanding of energy, qi, or life force. Imagine a different kind of morning. Instead of the jarring alarm, perhaps a gentle awakening with the natural light, or a softer, gradually increasing sound. Before even thinking of leaping out of bed, there's a pause, a moment of stillness, of gratitude for the gift of a new day. Then, slow, deliberate movements, gentle stretches while still in bed, wiggling fingers and toes, slowly rotating ankles and wrists, gently drawing knees to the chest. These small mindful actions serve to awaken the circulatory system gradually, coaxing it into action rather than shocking it. This is not about an elaborate yoga routine. It's about simple, intuitive movements that tell your body, it's time to wake, but we will do this together, gently. Then, sitting on the edge of the bed for a minute or two, allowing blood pressure to stabilize before standing, perhaps a few deep conscious breaths, oxygenating the system, calming the mind. This ancient path is about honoring the transition. It understands that the body, after hours of inactivity, needs to be treated with care, like a delicate instrument being tuned. The Shaolin Way emphasizes that strength and resilience are built not through harshness, but through consistent, mindful cultivation. This extends to every aspect of life, starting with the very first moments of consciousness. This gentle awakening isn't just a physical safeguard, it's a mental and spiritual one too. It prevents that immediate cortisol surge, that fight or flight response that so many of us trigger with our alarm clocks and instant immersion in stress. It creates a space, a buffer, allowing you to enter the day with a sense of calm and centeredness, rather than from a place of reactive panic. This wisdom isn't about adding more time-consuming tasks to your morning. It's about transforming the quality of the time you already have, making those first few minutes a powerful act of self-care and prevention. It's a profound shift from unconscious habit to conscious living, a return to a more natural, harmonious way of being that our ancestors understood and that our modern bodies are crying out for. This isn't just about avoiding a stroke. It's about cultivating vitality, clarity, and a deeper connection to the very essence of your being from the moment you open your eyes. Inner alchemy, making this one fundamental change to your morning, shifting from an abrupt, jarring awakening to a gentle, mindful transition, is far more than just a preventative health measure. It's an act of profound inner alchemy. He has the power to ripple outwards, transforming not just your physical well-being, but your emotional state, your mental clarity, your relationships, and even your sense of purpose and self-worth. Consider this: when you begin your day by honoring your body, by treating yourself with gentleness and respect in those first vulnerable moments, you are sending a powerful subconscious message of self-love and care. This isn't selfish, it's foundational. How can you pour from an empty cup? How can you navigate the complexities and stresses of the day if you've started by shocking your own system into a state of alarm? That initial calm, that deliberate slowness, creates a reservoir of peace that you carry with you. You become less reactive to external stresses because your internal baseline is one of equanimity, not agitation. Your decision-making improves because your mind isn't clouded by the residual fog of a stressful start. Imagine approaching your work, your interactions, your challenges from a place of centered presence rather than frazzled urgency. This is where true inner power begins to cultivate. This simple shift can begin to heal patterns of anxiety and chronic stress that may have plagued you for years. It's a daily practice of mindfulness that costs nothing, requires no special equipment, only intention. And as you cultivate this inner calm, you might find that your relationships soften, become more patient, more understanding, because you yourself are operating from a place of greater inner resource. This isn't just about avoiding a future health crisis. It's about deeply enhancing the quality of your present life. It's about reclaiming your mornings as a sacred space for connection. Connection with your breath, with your body, with the quiet wisdom within you. What if this single commitment to a gentler awakening could unlock a deeper sense of your own worth, a recognition that you are deserving of care, of a peaceful start, of a life lived with intention rather than by default? This is shadow work in its most practical embodied form, confronting the unconscious habits that diminish our vitality and consciously choosing a path that nurtures our wholeness. It's a radical act of self-stewardship, one that reclaims your energy and directs it towards what truly matters, allowing your authentic purpose to emerge with greater clarity and strength because you are no longer starting each day fighting against yourself. Final dawn. Listen closely. This isn't just about a morning routine. This is about the way you meet your life. The truth that I hope you carry with you long after this video ends The insight that has the power to fundamentally shift not just your health, but your entire experience of being alive is this: the way you greet the dawn is a mirror for how you greet your existence. If you rush the sunrise within you, if you jolt your spirit and your body into the day with harshness and urgency, you are, in essence, rushing through your life, missing the profound beauty and wisdom that unfolds in the spaces of gentle transition, in the moments of quiet awareness. This isn't merely about avoiding a stroke, as critical as that is. It's about choosing consciously and deliberately to begin each day, and therefore each chapter of your life, with reverence, with presence, with a deep honoring of the sacred vessel that carries you. For those over 60, this understanding becomes not just important, but vital, a lifeline. But for every single person listening, regardless of age, this is a call to awaken to a deeper truth about how to live. The alternative, the path of abruptness and unconscious reaction, is a path that not only invites physical ailment, but also keeps you tethered to a cycle of stress, anxiety, and a feeling of being perpetually overwhelmed. You hold within you right now the power to change this narrative. It begins tomorrow morning. It begins with a conscious breath, a gentle stretch, a moment of stillness before the world rushes in. This isn't about adding another burden to your already full life. It's about infusing your life with a quality of presence that will lighten every other load. Don't let this be just another piece of information you consume and forget. Let this be the catalyst. Let this be the moment you decide that your well-being, your peace, your very life force is worth the gentle effort of a conscious awakening. Because ultimately, the most profound healing, the deepest love, the truest wealth, and the most authentic inner transformation are all born from this place of mindful presence, starting with the very first light. The choice, as always, is yours. But I implore you, for the sake of your health, for the sake of your spirit, for the sake of the life that is still waiting to be fully lived, choose wisely, choose gently, choose to truly meet your dawn.